We're gonna do it on the cloud. Okay.
Hello, everyone. It's Emily Fitzgerald and Christina here, and we have been working hard thinking about how we can take really good care of our customers and how to do that. Christina and I have been doing this for years now, but we really feel like this is important because we know that the people who end up not being happy with Juice Plus are those that don't take it. So we really feel like it's our job to educate people and tell them why it's important and kind of be their cheerleader. Those first 4 months are really so important. So we created a guide and we'll kind of show you how to use it. But why we did that is just because we feel like it's so important to educate our customers, be their cheerleader, and make sure they're taking it and really troubleshoot. Like if we can catch that they're not taking their product 2 weeks in versus waiting until it reships 4 months down the line, which I've definitely been guilty of, we can really create a really raving fan customer that's going to want to share this with other people. So we really feel like it pays off. So
awesome. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and just show you high level some of the resources. Know that in our team Plant Strong, we're going to go dive into this more and record that too. But this is just to give you a brief overview. Okay. So we're going to start. Can you see everything okay, Emily?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so this is basically the overview. And the way we created this is we wanted it to sync up with what Juice Plus is already doing. They're already sending us an email when someone orders. They're already sending us an email when it ships. It's cueing us to check in once a month, right? We know that at least once a month in the first month, like Emily said, we want to be contacting them 3 times. When they place their order, making sure they got their shipment and know how to take Juice Plus, and then 2 weeks in, really checking in with them on their habit. Within these first 2 weeks, we're going to learn a lot about our customer. If they are taking it every single day, their kid is taking it every single day, we know they are set up for success. It takes about 21 days to make a habit. So 2 weeks in, if someone's like, oh, I haven't opened it yet, or I kind of take it, we kind of sometimes do, sometimes don't, that's really amazing feedback. We want to get right away and support them because like Emily said, the people who aren't happy with Juice Plus are the people who don't actually take it consistently. So we really want to help them. If you've been doing this business for a while, or maybe just a simple 1 page is good for you, this is all you might need. This has a simple bullet points of what to check in about, how to do that, some other programs that we're going to go into further, and some email resources, but you could just use this. Day 1 check-in, day 3, day 14, like we talked about, day 30, consistency and results, and then it's once a month from there, right? Day 60, we recommend sending some samples and our free resources, just adding value to your customers. Day 90, we want to check in and see what their results are, their effects, and remind them that this is a 4-month product and it reships at 4 months, to give them a heads up on that. And then finally, 15 days before reship, we want to check in again, connect with them, see how they're doing. If they're having an amazing time, really remind them of our ambassador program and referrals, and just provide really excellent customer care. Once you take someone through this and they reship, then you're going to want to still continue this amazing once a month at least check-in. We'll talk about later some ideas for that, but basically once you get them through here, you know they're on a really great track. So if you're like me and maybe you like a little bit more support, I'll show you what we created here, which is more of a full guide. So these 6 boxes, this like sort of visual cue is the first page. And then we're gonna go through and really break down each one. So day 1, welcome to Juice Plus. We're gonna give you action steps. So first, do this. Check in, see why they took Juice Plus. This is such an important thing to make sure we can really support our customers directly how they need. Action step number 2, action step number 3. We have surveys, which we'll go into more tonight in the training, but this is all here for you laid out. Okay, so like here's day 3, the shipment and daily serving check-in, action items, and then here's where we start with some emails. We have these great emails already listed out for you. Make sure you read them and edit them so that they resonate with what your customer is actually ordering, but everything's in here. Links for videos are in here. Our Sharing is Caring campaign, which is something I know our team has been starting, which has been really successful. That's laid out. And then, like we said, every sort of check-in point, we go ahead and give you more resources, some language, all of that. So this is what we have set up. It's going to be on the Plant Strong Facebook units and hopefully soon on our Deliciously Simple website. But overview, this is kind of where we're at right now. So I'm going to share it, stop sharing actually, and let Emily take over.
Sounds good. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, so that image really is that high-level checklist, and then the details for some examples of what those emails look like are right there, and the steps are all laid out for you. So the next thing I want to talk about is how do you implement this, because this can feel really overwhelming, and we don't want it to. We want it to be as straightforward as possible. The most important thing is figuring out a personal way to keep track of all this information, whether that's like a journal, a paper journal that you're writing this down, or whether you're using the Teamsy system. Christina and I are both huge Teamsy fans, and I highly recommend it for keeping track and for reminders, but some people are brand new and they're just wanting to, start with a journal, which is fine. Or you could use a spreadsheet and just making sure you're setting those reminders, which we've included in the action steps for like making sure to reach out in the next, 3 days, 15 days, whatever that is. So you remind yourself. Personally, I use Teamsy, like I said, but I also use just the notes on my phone, which is really simple, and I go through by month. I can share my screen really quick and just show that to you. So there's actually 6 steps, but I just have 4 here. So I would add all the steps, but I just use a little emoji that aligned with each of our steps. And then these are my May customers and where I started and what I've done. And it kind of shows me where to keep off. And then I can use this to kind of keep going through each customer from there. So this is another idea for you for how you can keep track of it. So that's just the tips for how to implement this, is just make sure you have whatever your personal choice is, Teamsy, a journal, your phone notes, an Excel spreadsheet. Make sure you pick one and stick with it.
Okay, so one thing I didn't share, let me do that really quickly, is how do you find your customers? So I love how Emily did that. And what's so amazing is if you, are just starting out, you have 5 to 10 customers, what you can do is you can copy that May list, paste it in June, and then just know what the next emoji is. So if they were like the survey last time, then you move them to a heart for June, and it'll just be an easy duplicatable way. For those of us who maybe have been in the business for a while and have dozens of customers, I know personally it felt overwhelming. Like, how do I restart? So let me show you how we kind of talked about breaking that down. So how do you find all the customers, your customers? And then if you're like me and you have Wellness Plus people, or you run your husband's business, how can you find that all in one place? It's right here. So we're going to go to our virtual office. We're going to go to team data. We're going to check close to fast track team building bonus. Make sure it's your PIN number. And then I'm going to go back actually for me, and I'm going to start in January. So I'm going to have all of the customers added to my team since January 1st. I'm going to run this report, and here we go. So the people at the top are the people who shipped out this month, or, shipped out at the end of last month. And so it's in order of kind of what I need to get to right away. I need to make sure these 2 people, I have them at step 1. And then I'm personally saving them in Teamsy saying, okay, in 3 days, right, check in. And then in another 2 weeks, check in. I'm setting the reminders through that. And then slowly I'm going to go through here and I'm going to see, okay, so Amanda Chang has been a customer for years. So for her, I'm going to check in and say something like, hey, I just started a new customer care series. I'd love to send you a short survey and email you some tips and resources. Is that okay? And of course they're going to say yes. I've already had a couple people do that. And then I'm going to restart her. So even though she's been a customer for 2 years, I'm going to restart her in this process and really give her a great customer experience. And so you got to decide how you do this. Some people do customer care a little bit every day, like me through Teamsy. Some people do 1 day a week. Some people may even do 1 time a month. So figure out what works best for you. Here's all of the information of all of my teammates, all of my customers. So I need to really go through here and make a plan. And then get going doing some really awesome customer care. So if you want some tips about all the nitty gritties of accessing the surveys and all the other work we did to really build this for the team, then make sure you turn into the call and look at the recording. But for now, it's just going to give you an overview and can't wait to share more later. Anything else, Emily? I think we're good.
That's good. Yeah. So hopefully this helps you just take care of your new customers and your existing customers and simplifies the process. We've really put a lot of thought into it and really feel like this can create those raving fans that we're all hoping to create.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.